Hey collectors, what a unique search we have today. I bought a roll of uncirculated Morgan silver dollars off of eBay for $1,200. We're gonna get these professionally graded. Let's dig into this and see how we do. That's right, collectors. I bought a roll of uncirculated Morgan silver dollars off of eBay for $1,200. And I'm gonna open this up and we're gonna look at if there's anything really good in here. I'm also gonna have these sent out to be professionally graded, hoping for MS65 or better. Look at the details on that. That's got a proof-like appearance for sure. Look at the frosting on the details of that eagle. We got an S mint mark on this side. We got another S mint mark on this side. I don't know if these are all the same year, but we're gonna find out together. And like I said, I'm gonna have these each professionally graded and we're gonna see how we did. I'm also going to attempt to assess the grade myself. We're gonna send these off. We'll have to wait a few weeks and we'll show the before and after. And then of course, the best grade I will keep and I will sell the rest to see if I can recover the money that I spent. Each coin will be $35 to grade, so I'll be spending roughly $90 per coin. They're gonna have to be in really high condition for me to make back some money, but Morgan dollars are very popular, silver prices are on the rise, and so I'm hopeful that we did really well. All right, guys, I'm gonna get everything ready. Stay tuned. Okay, collectors, well, for this hunt, I've got a microfiber cloth that I use to actually clean eyeglasses. We'll be putting each coin on that. We got my microscoped, again with another microfiber cloth to avoid scratching. I have flips for the PCGS submission. I got the red book, and I got the roll. So what we're looking for is obviously MS65 or better, and MS64 would be a few scattered contact marks, good eye appeal, and attractive luster. As you can see here, we got some contact marks in the field behind the eagle. Same thing with this one. So these might be MS64 based on the red book description. MS65 would be only light, scattered contact marks that are not distracting. Strong luster, good eye appeal. So we'll see if any in here below these enders could be MS65. Boy, that's beautiful looking coin. All right, I'm gonna carefully open this up. I'll bring you back in and we'll look at each one at a time, assess it, get it into a flip, and start the PCGS submission process. Okay, collectors, we got the first one out. We got a 1881 from San Francisco. That's a nice looking coin. Definitely looks a little frosty, which is desirable. I don't see a lot of contact marks. We're gonna put it underneath the microscope so you guys can take a look at the detail. An absolutely beautiful coin. All right, I'm gonna look up what this one is worth in MS64 because that's the grade I'm guessing this first one. And we'll bring you back in a second. All right, collectors. Well, we checked out the PCGS site, and 1881S does just under 13 million minted. I don't believe this is proof-like. This looks more like a regular strike. The back kind of had proof-like hints to it with the frosting on the eagle, but on the obverse, not the reverse obviously, but on the obverse here, this looks like a regular strike. And at MS64, it's worth about $75. So we will put this aside, put it into a flip, and we're gonna keep going. So we got this in a flip. This is coin number PCGS 7130. And I believe we're gonna guess this as MS64. And we'll put this one aside. Be careful here. And we'll get into the next one. All right, collectors, we're gonna look at coin number 2. No S mint mark in the back. Very minor abrasions on this reverse. Gotta stop saying back. I know this is the reverse. 1887. Wow, look at that. This might be MS65. Or even better. That's a gorgeous coin. All right, we're gonna look this one up and I'll bring you back in. Okay, the 1887 out of Philly has just over 20 million minted, but there are two varieties. There's a VAM 1B, which is a partial E reverse, and there's also a VAM 12 alligator eye. And we're gonna take a look for both of these in a minute. I'm gonna need to take a look at what they look like on the PCGS site. So hang on, guys. Okay, collectors, well, this 1887 does not appear to be any of the varieties, not the alligator eye. They'd be pronounced doubling, and I've looked at this. I don't see any doubling on the eye, nor is this the E on the reverse, which is extremely rare. But this is just a lovely 1887. I'm guessing MS64 minimally, which would place it about $75, or MS65 hopefully at about $130. Gorgeous coin. All right, we'll get this one away and we'll move on to Morgan number 3. We're moving on to coin number 3. Also out of Philly. Wow, that coin is absolutely gorgeous. 1889. I'm guessing also MS64, given some of the scratches here. Could possibly fetch MS65. All kind of borderline here. We'll take a look. 1889 out of Philly. I believe, yeah, about 23 million minted. And we'll look for any varieties. Gorgeous, isn't it? All right, collectors. Well, according to the PCGS website, there are two major varieties, VAM 18 doubled ear and a bar wing. I'm gonna open these up to see what they look like, and I will check to see if this 1889 is one of these varieties. All right, collectors, so this is what the double ear looks like. You can see that it's a bit thicker, and I don't believe this is the double ear. This looks fairly well pronounced, not nearly as thick as the double ear variety. So we'll take a look to see if it's the other variety, which is the bar wing. All right, collectors. Well, here is the 1889 bar wing. You can see the bar right over the wing on the eagle on the reverse. We'll take a look at mine in a second. All right, and as you can see, mine is not the bar wing variety, but it's still a gorgeous coin. All right, let's get this in a flip and we'll move on to the next one. All right, collectors, moving on to coin number 4. All right, we've got another 1887, also out of Philly. That is absolutely beautiful coin. This is somewhat proof-like, and I may submit this as a proof-like coin just to see if we're able to get that on this submission. Again, we'll check for varieties. I'll bring you in if it is one of them. Okay, collectors, are moving on to the 5th coin. 1886 out of Philly. Another coin that's proof-like in some respects. Maybe not strong enough to be formally proof-like. We'll check to see if there are any varieties on the 1886 out of Philly. And let me see how many are minted. Looks like almost 20 million. Very popular coin. And this is looking, I don't know, MS63, MS64, MS65 range. I am not a professional, obviously. Fairly well educated, but let's hope that this goes for MS65. And once again, we will look for varieties on the PCGS site. All right, well, we're back on the PCGS site, and there are two major varieties. This one has a clashed reverse, You can see some of the clashing right here next to the feathers of the eagle, and next to the, I believe this, it's a wreath. I'm not sure if it's an olive wreath or something else. Anyway, we'll take a look to see if mine has this clashed reverse. Here's my reverse, and I don't see any clashing, or if I do, it is incredibly, incredibly faint. You can see it right next to the plus, right over here. And then there's some of it, I don't know, maybe this is. It has some characteristics of the die clash, making it very tempting to submit as a variety. Wow, okay, I may submit this as a variety. We'll see. Maybe worth the risk. You know, if this does grade as the clash die variety, it would be worth about $230. So fingers crossed on this one. Okay, collectors, we're getting into coin number 6 out of 20. 1898. Kind of proof-like for sure. Out of New Orleans. Very nice. All right, so the 1898 out of New Orleans, or 1898-0, has got 4.4 million minted. Fairly low mintage considering the other ones here. Not a lot of scratches on the reverse. Some contact marks on the obverse. Very proof-like for sure. Okay, collectors, getting into the next coin. This one's out of Philly. Very light contact marks on the reverse. Ooh, it's got a gouge in the cheek over here, unfortunately. Just a very surface one. 1889. Wow, it's too bad. This might go MS63, I would guess, because that is not an attractive looking scratch at all. That's a shame. All right, well, we'll look to see if there are any is it 1899? 1889. We'll see if there are any varieties for the 1889. See how many were minted here. Oh, I thought this was a key date. 1899 is a key date. With only 330 minted. But we need to look for 1889. Yeah, about 22 million minted on this one. We'll look for any varieties in a moment. Well, I forgot that this one was the one that either had the bat wing or the double ear, and this particular coin has neither. So this is the second one I have. We'll see if this one grades lower than the first one. I'm expecting it will, given the very light scratch on the cheek. Let's get this in a flip and move on to the next one. Okay, collectors, and moving on to the 8th coin of the hunt. This one is an 1885. Wow. That looks near perfect. Out of Philly. Wow, this might be top grade here. I'm guessing MS66. At least an MS65. I don't see really any scratches on the obverse at all. Wow. All right, we'll take a look to see if there are any varieties, but that is beautiful. Okay, well, we just got just below 18 million minted. And again, I'll check for varieties, but I'm guessing this 1885 has got to be MS65 or better. At least maybe I'm wishfully thinking, but we will find out when we get this graded. All right, so no varieties on PCGS for this one. At MS65, this would be $140. At MS66, $285. And at MS67, which I don't think this will get, it would be worth $2,500. We're hoping for MS65 or better. We'll put this in a flip and move on to the next one. All right, collectors, this is the 9th coin of the hunt. 1884. Little proof-like. Some scratches. Ooh, out of New Orleans, 1884 out of New Orleans. Just under 10 million minted. This is, I'm going to guess this is an MS63 given some of the scratches on this one. But an awfully nice coin. Definitely worth sending out to see if we get a better grade. I'll see if there are any varieties. I'll bring you in if they are. All right, collectors, at the halfway mark with number 10. Let's see what this one is. 1885 out of Philly. Very nice. I don't think we have an 1885. Let me take a look. Again, we'll do the normal drill. Definitely proof-like on the back, somewhat cameo-like. A little bit on the obverse too. Just an absolutely beautiful coin. Some surface scratches, unfortunately. And I know I keep calling the reverse of the coin the back. Sorry about that, guys. Old habits are hard to break. Hey, sorry, forgot to mention that this 1885 out of Philly, just under 18 million minted. Well, collectors, we've gone halfway through this roll. I'm gonna have to peel more of this paper back to get to the remaining 10. What a lot of fun so far. Hope you guys are enjoying this hunt and admiring the gorgeous condition of these uncirculated Morgan dollars. Very, very anxious to get them graded. All right, guys, please subscribe. Set the reminder so you get notified. And we're going to continue with coin number 11 in a second. All right, collectors, I got more paper off. Here's coin number 11. We'll look at the reverse. Wow. Really beautiful. So this is out of Philadelphia. There's no mint mark underneath the ribbon. And another 1885. Wow. Quite possibly proof-like. Somewhat cameo in appearance. Maybe wishful thinking. Anyway, we'll get this in a flip and move on to the next one. All right, collectors, into the next coin. This is coin number 12. Ooh, 1900s, 1902 actually. Out of New Orleans. All right, 1902 out of New Orleans. 8.6 million minted. This, you know, the breast feathers on the eagle are not as pronounced. So this is not as strong a strike. This is probably going to grade a bit less. MS60, this one actually looks like there's some wear on it too. Let me make sure this wasn't cleaned. Either this is circulated. Yeah, I don't think this is cleaned. But this is not a strong strike. It's got the same luster as the other coins, and it's got some wear over here. Maybe just a poor strike. Let me see if there are any varieties of the 1902 out of New Orleans, and I'll bring you in if there are. Well, no known varieties on the 1902. I think this is just a weaker strike coin. Possibly have seen some wear in circulation, hoping this goes for MS63. Be nice if it was better, but I don't think so. It's not as strongly struck as the others. We'll move on to the next coin, guys. All right, collectors, so we're going to move on to the next coin. $18.81. Wow. San Francisco, this is definitely proof-like. I would say almost cameo in appearance, and I'm going to go for it on this one. Look at that. Look at the frosting on the obverse and especially on the reverse. All right, so 1881 out of San Francisco. So that we saw it in the first coin. This one I think is better condition. Let's get this in a flip and move on to the next one. All right, collectors, we're getting into the next one. What we got here, 1897 out of Philly. Just under 3 million minted on this one. Not a very high mintage, Much better struck. Look at the breast feathers on the eagle on the reverse. That's beautiful coin. Okay, collectors, we're going to look at coin number 14. $18.90 out of Philly. Again, not as strong a strike as the others. You can see on the breast feathers of the eagle that the feathers are not as strong as we've seen on some of the others. And just above the ear, you can see there's some wear. Might have seen some circulation. Hard to tell. We also got about just under 17 million minted in this year and out of this mint. All right, collectors, we're down to the final 5. Let's make sure. Maybe they're the Fab 5. Very nicely struck. Basically some contact marks in the reverse. 1886 out of Philly. Let me check how many were minted. So there are about 20 million minted out of Philadelphia from 1886. All right, collectors. Well, this was the second one we found of these in the hunt, although the first one I felt had some mint clashing on the reverse. This one does not have any of those signs, so I'm actually feeling a little more confident that the other one did have a VAM variety. We'll get this in a flip, move on to the next one. All right, down to the last 4. Let's see what we have in this one. All right, we got another one from 1887. Philly. Wow, absolutely gorgeous coin. All right, we'll get this one into a flip as well. Kind of proof-like for sure. Let's hope it grades high. All right, collectors, we're down to the remaining 3. 1883 out of New Orleans. All right. Okay, collectors, down to the final 2. We know the last one is from San Francisco. We'll see where this one is from. 1898. Really solid strike. Out of Philly. All right. Well, we'll get this one into a flip. I think we got another one of these before. 1898 out of Philly. It's just under 6 million with 5.8 million minted. We'll look for varieties again, and I'll bring you in if there are any. All right, collectors, we got the last one of the hunt. We know it's from San Francisco, and that is gorgeous. 1880. I would say that is cameo-like. Look at that strike. Unfortunately, there's some minor scratches on the obverse, but gorgeous coin. 1880 out of San Francisco. I'll have to look up how many were minted. Hang on. Okay, so 1880 out of San Francisco. There are quite a number that have been minted. Hang on a second. I'll give you the exact mintage. 8.9 million. However, there are some varieties. There is a 80 over 79. There is a O over 9. So let me go to the PCGS site, get some images to look at as a comparison, and I'll look at this underneath the microscope to see if we have a variety. All right, so we have the PCGS site up, and this is the 1880 over 9S VAM 11 over date detail, and you can see it there. And on my coin, we don't see any of the signs, but there are a couple other varieties, so we're going to keep looking. Well, collectors, we're just going to call this the 1880 San Francisco minted, no variety, no thrills version of the Morgan dollar. Still beautiful. We'll put this on the flip to get graded as well. And that wraps up this hunt. All right, stay tuned. I'm going to bring you back in as soon as the PCGS grading is done, and we'll look at each one as it's been graded together, and we'll compare with what we thought going in. I'm going to guess this one is going to grade at MS64. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And let me get this sent to PCGS.